Timmy like a few months ago about how the connection with you and his brother meant a lot to him. How did his influence help you decide to come here?
His brother told me that Timmy was a good person, so I contacted Timmy just before. Like, I talked to Bob Donowall one time, and then I ended up contacting Timmy, and he seemed like a good dude. He's a different person than his brother. They had two different personalities, but they're both great dudes. And just talking to Timmy just about how Beard was, how the culture is, and just how things work over here, and he just kind of convinced me that I should take a visit and I should just come see for myself and just kind of feel it out for myself. But as soon as I came in, Timmy just instantly had a connection, just because I know his brother's story and I know who his brother is, and like the perception of his brother is not the same as the perception of that me and Timmy has of him, and so like that connection just automatically just made me just love Timmy just the same as his brother, and I think that just off the rip connection of having someone here that you can relate to just kind of helped that most of it.
Jabari, so far, just how you like things.
I love Austin. Austin as a city is like great. I'm from Houston, but it's not the same. It's a little bit like the heat is a lot more like scorching, and you sweat a lot more here. But other than that, like the city is great. The people are great. The program is great. Like just the way that they treat you, the way how real they are, how serious they are about winning. And like I'm very serious about winning. I come from like a winning program in Chris Jans in like New Mexico State, and I've had a lot of good guys around me that's played good basketball, and so just coming here feels like just a second home. Just getting right back into it.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
How do you think you fit in, your game with the other guys and just
I think coming in like it was kind of a struggle for me to kind of have my voice involved with a lot of things because I'm a very vocal person and I see myself as a leader. And so I just didn't want to come in and just try to take over, but Coach Beard challenged me to not be scared to talk and not be scared to just bring my presence. And so I feel like my winning presence and me really having like a lot of passion for the game just really helps and it fits the culture.
When you're going through the process again of almost being a high school recruit again, what were, I guess, some of the characteristics of a program in school that you were looking for that you wanted to hit on?
Number one was player relationships with the coach, because mostly at New Mexico State, it was a player relationship, but it was a more like a hard player relationship, you know what I mean? But here it's like more open. You walk by the door, and if you don't say nothing to Coach Beard, he'll call you back and just say, hey, what's up, I'm here. They walk by you, they smile, all smiles around here, all positivity. It's never nothing negative unless we're on the court, and it's not negative to be like in a really bad way, but it's negative to help you win, because everything Coach Beard talks about is winning. So I felt like the player relationship with the coach was like my number one thing. Like that's all I was looking for when I was talking to different coaches and interviewing different coaches, I guess, and having different Zooms. Like that player relationship with Coach Beard just kind of stuck out to me.
Jabari, your relationship with TJ Ford, when did that start, and how much is TJ's mentorship throughout kind of your whole basketball career? How much has that meant to you?
It started my senior year. Going into my senior year of high school, I played with TJ Ford's team, and that's when he just started it up. So he had like a top team, and he had like a blue and green team or whatever it was, and he asked me to play for his blue team, his top team, and I was one of the featured guys on his team. It was me and a couple of my teammates from Marshall, D.A. Washe and Taz Sherman, who played at West Virginia, and he just opened me up. He just was open arms to me, like as far as like wanting to be there for me, wanting to mentor me as far as basketball, teaching me how to be on the point guard side, teaching me how to have a handle first before anything and like think the game through. And like just in this process too, he's told me a lot about Beard, told me how Texas is, the connections you can make, the people you meet can like be with you for life. And so like he really wasn't too involved because he didn't want to just sway my decision to be at Texas. But as far as basketball, like when he comes to practice, he still tells me the same thing, work on my jumper, what I need to fix here and there, and the things that I'm doing well.
What's kind of one thing you really took from TJ? I don't know if you've gone back and watched stuff from him as a player, but what's one thing a couple things you really took from TJ?
A lot of times when we're working out, he tells me to lift on my jumper and just being explosive. And I know he was a little guard, so as far as like rising up on your jump shot and just playing really confident, playing like you're the guy everywhere you go. I think I took that from him, and I think that's like helped me a lot here.
Since you've been here, are there some areas of your game you can already tell that has risen?
Yeah, I think I'm a career 37% three-point shooter or something like that, and in practice all year I've been shooting 40 plus. So I think just reps on my jump shot, reps on tweaking little things to help my jump shot, my strength, my ball screen reads, just they're really big on film and everything that you do, and trying to just like prosper every aspect of your game. And so I feel like almost every aspect of my game has developed as far as handle, shot, strength at the rim, finishing at the rim, learning how to play defense a lot smarter, even though I came from a defensive coach. Just little tweaks of little things that just help elevate my game in a lot of ways, both on the offensive and defensive side.
Jabari, what are some of the challenges, after you've been in a program for so long and then coming to, a Power 5 major program like this? I guess what are some of the challenges that you've encountered and kind of how have you gotten past those?
I think the biggest thing was physicality, like how physical it is in this league and how physical it is to play against these type of players. And like the adjustment is gaining weight. I came in at 155, 156, something around there. Now I got all the way up to 176. So that's about 21 pounds or something like that I've gained since I've been here. And like just learning how to be a pro and learning how to handle things as far as like the refs and handling calls and just little things like that has helped my game elevate to a whole nother level. And taking film very like serious as far as not watching yourself but watching what other players have done and watch what you could do and when you're in that situation. And so those were two of the biggest things. And just him spiraling the ball, having nice spin on the ball, and the height of my ball every time, just having like arc on my ball every time. And then with Coach Bob Donowalt, which was my recruiting coach, he just leaving up my follow-through hand every time, or like not over-exaggerating it sometimes, but like leaving it until my feet hit the ground, then I can drop my follow-through hand, just different things like that.
Any NBA player you watch specifically, kind of,
Yeah. Yeah, Busy Bones Highland and Josh Hart. I watch Josh Hart because he plays off 2 feet very well. He's a 2 feet player, and that's what they're big on here is playing off 2 feet. And so I watch a lot of clips of him. And then Busy Bone Highland, he's the same build as me, same body frame, and we have kind of like the same game. But I would say my favorite player to watch is probably Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just as far as pace and the way how smooth he plays and like the pace he plays at is a really big thing because it's not really fast to him. It's more of his pace and slow pace. And so those 3 guys are a lot of guys I watch film on.
What's the dynamic like? New Mexico State, you guys won a game in the tournament. A bunch of these guys won a game in the tournament last year. You're coming into a place where there's some knowledge of what it takes to win in March. You know what it takes to win in March. What's that been like? Just everybody understanding kind of knowing what it takes to win in the NCAA tournament.
I feel it's a great thing, especially because we got a lot of vets. And obviously coming from a winning program at New Mexico State, even though it was the WAC, we still won mostly every year. And so like bringing my winning mentality and colliding with other winning mentality, knowing like how serious it is for this year and how serious it is for us to win right away. I think it's like the best thing to be around, honestly. Like it's never any fluff around anywhere. There's no fakeness to it. There's no days off, plays off, or anything like that. Everything is a seriousness to everything when it comes to like doing every drill the correct way, stretching the correct way, getting in the weight room when the weight room like times are not required, getting in the gym when you're not required to, and just the behind the scenes things. And I feel like all our veterans are like great at that, great at doing that. And I've always been a gym rat. Like I've always loved the gym and to work out. And so to have guys that love it just as much as me pushes me to work out more, and it pushes them to work out more. And then our freshmen understand that like coming in, like it's a seriousness to winning. Like we're trying to win a national championship. There's no other way. We're not happy with losing at the Elite Eight. We're not happy with losing at Sweet 16 because our goal was to get to Houston to the Final Four and play in the last game of the season, which is on a Monday, I believe. And so I feel like that's the biggest part of being around those type of guys is having a lot of veterans around and having guys around that have the same seriousness as you when it comes to winning.
What's it like going to the University of Texas taking classes here? How's it been for you? What classes are you taking?
I'm actually taking autism, fashion, sports and media branding, and I'm taking a sports psych class. So I have 4 classes, but I have one in-person class, which is sports and media branding. And it's pretty good. Like, that's actually some of the field that I want to get into as far as like media and branding and possibly become one of you guys one day. But just seeing a lot more people. The population is a lot different from New Mexico State. When you walk out of class, you see thousands of people. When you're in class, the class is 70 people big. And so, like, I think that's one of the biggest takeaways is just being able to be around a lot more people and just having a lot more people in your face.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.